Alright, let's hit on the very hard-hitting questions of today. And it is Konami out of touch with reality? And, Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. So here's the thing. You've all seen the wonderful exclusives we're getting. We finally got the Crystal Beast imports. That's only 100 years too late, in my personal opinion. But you know what? We now have everything for Crystal Beast, whether or not it be a fun, casual deck, or just a casual deck in general. I know those are about the same thing, but there's a little bit. You know, at least you can take the deck to locals now with all the new support and give it a shot, right? But here's the thing. Why does Konami not listen to the competitive player base? Here's the thing. Contrary to popular belief, the competitive player base doesn't spend hardly ass but of money. Somebody's going to be like, well, Robbie, how do you know that? Well, here's the thing. Every event I've ever seen, and I'm pretty sure I've heard these statistics from companies like ARG along the way, but competitive players, they're not the ones selling the cards. And they only buy enough just to stay, you know, competitive. And that's not necessarily a good thing for the secondary market. Sure, it's wonderful. At least you know you're going to have a guaranteed sale for one needle fiber. Am I right? Or am I right? But that's the thing. That's only just one, you know? It's not selling, you know, all these Crystal Beast cards to the casual player and stuff out there. The reality that you have to realize when you're looking at this game is, unfortunately, the casual side of the market, you know, drives the market. I changed my mind. You know, sure, competitive is great. You know, it's got high value cards and things like that. But there were a lot more people willing to spend money on Black Illusion Magician Girl, the Shonen Jump promo, as a casual entry card than half of the current competitive cards. And that was the sad reality at the time. That's why cards like this maintain so much value. And it's not a bad thing. Oh no, not whatsoever. But people just need to understand that the way that the market works in today's day and age, it's literally just that. Casual side drives the thing. So when I see these memes, they're like, oh, Konami's so far out of touch with reality that it's not even funny. Sure, you can say that. But you have to remember, I don't know if they would necessarily say that they have the perfect balance between competitive and casual, because I'm sure deep down out there that at some point you'll make the argument that there's this perfect equilibrium where, you know, you can make everybody happy. But with there being 8 imports now, that's right, only 8 imports, and the TCG is now getting, what, 12 exclusives? You have to ask yourself at this point in time, well, fuck diddly yuck, Batman. You know, what can I do here to fill this gap? And it looks like with Flames of Destruction, their goal was to get the Crystal Beast stuff out. I don't know why they waited so initially long. Here's the thing. Sure, patchwork would have been great for both the casual and the competitive standpoint. Oh, it would have been excellent. But at this current point in time, I do believe what everybody else believes, that you're never gonna fucking see patchwork at this point in time. It would be nice. It really would. I would love for every Fluffle player to get it, but for some reason, Konami's got to push out the shit cards before we get to the good ones. So, Robbie, just change the subject from the casuals controlling the market to pushing out the pure shit cards that made the casual ones. Well, if they exist and Konami's got to make all cards legal eventually, then I don't even know if that statement's true, but you have things like Azeroth and Nyarla that are incredibly broken. You know, you have things like Needle Fiber, the BA Link. Who the fuck else haven't we got? The BA Link, Plant 1, Glacier Beast 1, the Water 1, and Alistair. Alistair would have been a fucking great one to have. Alistair with Brandish, with Book of the Law, but my problem is it causes degenerate OTKs, and I think it had to kind of cause Alistair to be limited. So I guess the logic behind the TCG is we'll come back and release it later. It's not broken later if we release it in a power corrupt format, I guess. You guys remember DDD? I remember. deck did so well in Japan for such a great amount of time, and then the TCG has never had it as a competitive deck during that era. Such a sad time. But at the end of the day, I think it's very important to still realize that the casual market, little Timmy going to Walmart, or, you know, the people buying up Tindangle cores, honestly, they're the ones doing the most work here. Competitive players, it's not a bad thing what they do in the game, but once again, they only buy what they need. They don't buy any more. And the little casual going to Walmart buying booster packs and things like that, he's the one supporting the economy. It's a weird thing to take in, and trust me, it's probably one of those hard-hitting pills, knowing that if you're just buying one card or something like that to wrap up your deck for X block, you know, you're not really helping much. That's where the casual intermediates kind of come into play, though. The ones that want their entire deck for the current event, whether or not they sell it or keep it. The ones that are going to the events, you know, that are buying enough to make sure that their shit is together. And like I said, you can argue this, it's fine. I know what I know from what I've known for years. And everyone's got their opinion, like everybody's got an asshole. But that's the thing. At the end of the day, the casual side of the market definitely always and will for always seem like it's going to win. Now that Needle Fiber's not coming out, does that mean that we could have 3 prize cards again? We could just put the BA link. Actually, fuck it. Could we just have 5 prize cards all at once now? I absolutely 100% any doubt in my mind still think that the Burning Abyss link is going to be a fucking prize card in the TCG. It's going to be the most disgusting riot I've ever seen in the streets. And you know what? At that point in time, you can be like, Konami, what are you doing? Are you that disconnected with reality? Because that'll be half of the things you hear. It'll be like, why the fuck would you ever do this? And trust me, it'll happen. I don't doubt it. They could bamboozle me and put the Plant One as a prize card. But generic support, you know, things like that. But if you know that Alistair and Gladiator Beast and Water were the most popular archetypes, why are you saving those for so long? I guess with our national season, pretty much the only remaining things now. This is a side note to a side note in this video. So Battle Lights, Revenge, and Sky Brandish, or Sky Strikers, whatever the fuck they are, Brandish, are the last 2 sets before the North American WCQ. You should already start having an idea of where the format is going at this point, minus a ban list. So if you want to start learning your matchups and things like that, as long as Konami being out of touch with reality over here doesn't, you know, fuck diddly-uck you by putting the Toon Table of Contents Engine to 2, which I could see, I'm not gonna lie. I was joking about that earlier, and then I was like, oh, fuck, they could actually do it. You know, Upstart's at 1 here. Why not put Toon Table to 2? And just auto take care of the spell loop and, you know, blah, 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 Cyber Dragon. I think that would be absolutely hilarious. I think that would be very bad for Toon decks. Absolutely, but it's a degenerate loop that can do its thing here. So, sad times. It's really hard to say that. I really want Brandish to do good, but whether or not Konami puts some sort of restrictions on the deck before it takes off, it's going to be really kind of sad to see that. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with the way the imports are going on the current set. I think everybody's a little bit. I'm kind of glad we didn't get Needle Fiber. The further we keep that card away from the TCG, the better off we're going to be. Hey, I understand degeneracy, but I also understand that the TCG is doing a hell of a better job trying to keep balance and maintain some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, equilibrium in the TCG, as opposed to others. I mean, we also don't have Summon Sorcerers yet, so that's one cookie that they can't really control, because that's coming out on the Shueisha end. Well, that's, at least they delayed it for Nationals, right? And then we can deal with everything after the WCQ. Oh man, Summon Sorceress is a bad card, needs to get banned. The card's so fucking degenerate for a Link 3, but you know what? It'll be fun. Goki Spam gets to have a little bit of fun, because, you know, it's Soul Day not getting Ash Blossomed into Summon Sorceress, and Summon Sorceress just extra linking out your opponent from the game. Yeah, it's pretty fun, right? Please ban Firewall. please get back in touch with reality. Just take care of it. But it's a main ace card, so probably never happen. But what do you guys think? Is Konami really that far out of touch with reality? Please have comment down below. And that's all I got, guys. Juicerinos.